Hey everybody, Arthur here with another figure review. Today we got Marvel Legends Abomination Build-A-Figure finally complete after all these reviews. And this figure is pretty hefty. It's a massive figure. Massive compared to Sentinel or Giant Man? Not really, but he is very bulky. But let's take a closer look at this figure. And this figure couldn't have happened if it wasn't for this head right here, thanks to Josh Pence. So, it's awesome. Because I didn't have the Scarlet Witch. He had an extra one, and he's like, hey, I'll send you the head. And I'm like, sweet. I'm always down for that. So, as you can see, it's sculpted really well. Not a big fan of looks like the molding marks on the forehead or the brow. That's where they put the face attached on or whatever. Because you can see it sort of follows the top of his head. But he gets really good head movement. It's like a mixture of like rubber and plastic. As for his head articulation, he can look up, and then he can look down quite a bit. And one thing that's sort of cool I noticed with his mouth, it's such like a rubbery plastic, you can go ahead and move his mouth. And he's got silver eyes, black eyeliner. And just like, I like the actual paint that they actually did. The plastic's green, but there's different shades of greens and like a yellowish green dry brushed over. Just really makes the figure pop. And then I love the sculpt, the little spiky doodads on the head. I guess it's hair or whatnot. And then his back is awesome. Like the sculpt on the back of this guy is beautiful. Like I love the layering of like almost like scales. Like almost like a scaled armor. And it's like painted really well, has a bunch of cracks and stuff. Just the spine, just this whole back piece is beautiful. Like I can really appreciate the detail and effort they put into this because they continue with like the scale mail down the arms and with the cracks and the chunks and all that stuff. You can tell he's thrown down. Not a big fan of this part as well. Like the seams are very noticeable. That's basically what the top was. Got the seam right here. I wish it would have blended a little bit better. Arms, you get some really good articulation. I mean, I guess as good as you can for this bulky of a figure. It goes all the way up like so. When it's down, you get full rotation out of it. Bicep swivel. Single jointed elbow, because these big guys, sometimes they don't give them the double jointed. And then wrist bend and rotation. And speaking of the hands and wrists and all that, like look at the love they put into these hands. I love that yellowish green they put in there. They painted the nails black, and they're not just like your typical black either. It looks like almost like a metallic, like gunmetal black. So you get that nice shine going onto it. So really, really cool stuff. And that yellow shading, I mean, it does go up the arm as well in certain spots. And just like, look at the little cracks and stuff of the skin. The texturing is beautiful. Ab crunch. That's it. Ab crunch back. That's about it. And when he goes back, it doesn't really have that weird spot on the back or anything like that. Rotates on the waist, which looks weird because you got these. Like, I guess if you wanted to have like a little dude stand up on top there, no. That's what I don't like about certain points of articulation. That's just not natural. He does have his blue little dungarees, stretching over the butt. So apparently when he turned, Abomination became Abomination, he just kept these on there. Legs do go out pretty far. Gets that rotation right there, up at the hip. And it's hidden pretty well. And he can actually do a pretty decent boot. So if he's trying to boot somebody, his knees bend, only single jointed. And then his feet have the nice bend and pivot. And again, they put that love with the yellow on the bottom, yellowish green. Got the scale mail going across, and then those toenails painted like so. They're consistent throughout this figure. So this figure is really, really, really awesome. Like, he's just big and bulky and just, he's Abomination. I know some people prefer the Select version because he's a lot bigger and more towering. But I mean, I think he's all right, you know, for this one. And just so you can see some comparison, bringing out some other Build-A-Figures that we've gotten that came out after him. We do have Man-Thing, which, I mean, if you're looking at them side by side, Man-Thing is taller. Just not standing. Doesn't want to stand. There we go. You know, look cool side by side. But one Build-A-Figure I definitely wanted to bring onto the whole table. Let me take the weapons out of the hands. You guys probably might already know who I'm bringing out. Take his helmet off. Can't have an Abomination without the good old Hulk. Let's get Man-Thing out of there. And his size, compared to, this is the only Hulk I have, but to Gladiator Hulk, I mean, it's a little bit smaller. Could be because he's got these little sandals on. But standing up, you know, even back to back, they're close. They're close. I guess it just depends on what's bent and how it's bent and all that. So if legs are straight and everything, they're pretty close to the same size. But Hulk does have a little bit of a taller advantage. But I mean, these two, like, look at them side by side. That looks awesome. You know, I would love to have another Hulk in this build. Maybe not with all the armor, but I love this look of the Hulk. I'm not a big fan of like the MCU look, but I really like this face. Like, give me this Hulk without all the armor and the little tribal paint, and I would be happy to have that in my collection as well. But that, guys, is my little figure review of the Abomination Build-A-Figure. Marvel Legends, Hasbro, all that good stuff. If you like what you saw, add a like, subscribe if you want to see more. And as always, good luck hunting, keep on collecting, have a beautiful day.